Hello everyone, welcome to HW News. In a shocking development today, microblogging platform Twitter has withheld Twitter accounts of several Indians, organizations and opposition leaders. Most of them are critics of the ruling party, the Modi government and its policies. When we try to access the accounts, it simply shows this message that this account has been withheld. Now, those individuals or entities whose Twitter account has been withheld include journalism portals like Caravan, Kisan Ekta Morcha, a body that has been organizing the protest against the farm laws in Delhi, blogger and social political activist Hansraj Meena, actor Sushant Singh, activist Sanjukta Basu, etc. Now, CPIM's Puducherry wing and CPIM leader Mohammad Salim's Twitter handle has also been withheld in India in response to a legal demand. Aam Aadmi Party leader Preeti Sharma Menon, who often takes it to Twitter to voice her opinion, her account has been withheld too. Apart from Preeti Sharma Menon, several other Aam Aadmi Party members from Punjab and Maharashtra faced a similar action from Twitter. Now, this sudden action over a mass scale, which has withheld some of the most prominent Twitter accounts in India, is being termed as a clampdown of free speech. Joining us on this discussion is Aam Aadmi Party National Executive Member and Mumbai Prabhari Preeti Sharma Menon. Ma'am, what exactly happened today and when did you get to know that your account has been withheld?
So I was in a meeting most afternoon, and when I came out from that meeting at around 4 o'clock, I saw that there were a number of missed calls from my party members, and they informed me that my Twitter account has been withheld. They cannot see it. Then I checked my Twitter account, and I got the same message that your account has been withheld from Twitter users of India specifically. I can tweet, I can see other tweets, but my account, my tweets will not be seen by Indian citizens. I then checked my email and there was a mail from Twitter. It was a legal notice saying that some government authority has asked them to withhold my account. They do not specify who the government authority is. They do not specify the cause of it. They mentioned some tweets which were clearly in favor of the farmer protest. They were against the farm laws. And I was just shocked. I could not believe that Twitter can actually clamp down on free speech based on a government directive. I don't think there is any law that allows the government to do this at all. So, what the government is doing is simply shutting down freedom of speech. It's like we're living in an emergency. It's tantamount to placing people into house arrest or arresting people. It's just the same as that. Anybody who is voicing their opinion in favor of the farmer protest. And the country has been seeing how farmers across the country are united. Some of them from Punjab and Haryana are brave enough to walk to the Delhi border and register their protest by actually physically being there. But this is an issue that concerns all farmers. I mean, if you see the independence struggle, the maximum number of people who fought and who were hanged by the British or who went to jail by the British were Punjabis because they are vociferous in their dissent. But the freedom that we got was not just for the Punjabis, it was for the whole country. So the farm laws are going to harm farmers across the country. And though some people may be in the forefront of the struggle, this is a national issue. And sitting here in Mumbai, when I tweet about it, when I voice my support for a protest or against a law, is it a criminal act? Are we not in a democracy? Can we not voice our dissent against laws of the country? If we don't, we will fail our democracy. We will fail our constitution and we will fail our history. Because if you remember, when the British ruled us, all our leaders, including Mahatma Gandhi, led our people to break laws that were dictatorial. He broke the salt law. The Dandi March is etched into our brains as a symbol of retaliation, as a symbol of peaceful satyagraha. And that is what the farmers are doing, and that is what we are doing by voicing our dissent. We are talking against the laws which hurt the people. But the entire behavior of the Modi government is absolutely shocking. It's not just about me. They've held Twitter accounts, like you mentioned, of Caravan, which is a publication, a reputed publication. They've withheld Twitter account of various party members, my colleagues, MLA Jarnail Singh, Maharashtra Secretary Dhananjay Shinde, various supporters, individuals, citizens of India. They can't do that, and Twitter cannot allow that to happen. How can Twitter become a tool in the hand of a fascist government? Imagine, I'll just give you an example. If instead of curtailing Donald Trump, if Twitter had gone and suspended Joe Biden's account and Kamala Harris's account and the account of all the people who spoke against Donald Trump, the world would be outraged. That's what's happening in India today.
Well, the
Twitter is
government
supporting a
hasn't
fascist
actually
government.
said anything about this, but there is a report in NDTV which cites government sources as saying that accounts tweeting with hashtag Modi planning farmers genocide and making apparently fake and intimidatory and provocative tweets were withheld. And the request, in fact, came from the Home Ministry and law enforcement agencies. So, do you think that, did you tweet anything with that hashtag or anything like that? Or is it just a
I certainly
excuse?
did. No, I certainly tweeted with that hashtag. I also retweeted a number of tweets of that hashtag. And if you just look at the visuals from Singhu border today, have a look. I'm sure you can bring them up on your screen.
Yes.
Look at the deployment of armed forces over there. There are more armed forces in front of the farmers today than there are at the China border or Pakistan border. There are more armed forces and paramilitary forces in Delhi today than they were there in the capital during Joe Biden's inauguration. There are more armed forces there than when you occupy a country or the Lankan peacekeeping force that went into Sri Lanka. That's the number of people. There are barricades made of steel spokes that have been put over there. The kind of deployment that has been put over there seems to be that the government they've created a Jallianwala Bagh like situation. They have surrounded the farmers from all sides with armed people. If that is not a situation which is going to turn out into be a kind of massacre of the farmers, what else are we expected to think? As it is, we saw visuals from 26 January where farmers were being crushed. The boot of the soldier of a police officer on a farmer's face is imprinted in our heads now. We've seen police brutality against the farmers in the last 2-3 months. It has been blatant. And now the deployment that we see today seems to be as if our words were prophetic. And we are fully entitled to say that we don't trust this government, that this government is capable of crushing a revolt because it has done that in the past. It has used armed forces. It has used a heavy deployment of police. And I think we are well within our rights to say that. I think what is provocative is the behavior of the government. What is provocative is not what the citizens are saying. It is the brute force of the government that is provocative.
Right. We have seen in the past as well, like in recent days, there have been mobile and internet ban even in Delhi as well. Do you think that making Twitter withheld the accounts of prominent critics is a new way to suppress the criticism?
I think it's shocking, and it's definitely a very, very brutal way to suppress free voices. As it is, they control the media. Most of mainstream media is controlled by the government now, and they speak like as if they're North Korean channels, which can only speak what the dictator tells them to say. What is left is now online portals and independent media like yours and social media platforms where we can express our views. If that is also taken away, that means the country is now entering fully into a fascist regime. Then there is no democracy left at all. So today everybody has to speak up, not for one Twitter handle, not for 200 Twitter accounts or 300 Twitter accounts, not just for the farmers. Today a person has to speak up to preserve and save the Constitution of India and the democracy of India. Because the Modi Sarkar is planning to actually crush all dissent and ramrod their ways into selling everything. Our finance minister made it very clear today. She's selling everything. She's selling the airport, she's selling the port, she's selling the railways, she will sell the farmers' land. They're just willing to sell everything. So they had the nara, they say देश बिकने नहीं देंगे, लेकिन देश को तो वही बेच रहे हैं और हमारी आवाजें इस देश को बेचने के खिलाफ हैं. Today everybody needs to stand up together and save social media platforms. Otherwise, we will not be able to voice our dissent anywhere at all.
Ma'am, you're active on Twitter. Today, it has become a platform where you can register your voice. I remember we had also spoken about in a video where you spoke about how viciously you were trolled on Twitter for your opinions against the government. Now, Twitter ideally should be a neutral platform, but the response to the complaints of trolls and response to this, do you think it is kind of unfair act from Twitter's side?
Absolutely. I mean, all of us, you as a woman, I as a woman, we have seen that the trolls on Twitter are ruthless, merciless, threatening. We see people like Kangana Ranaut openly threatening people on Twitter, but she has the protection of this government. We have various other people threatening to cut off the noses of film actresses, or to behead a particular director, or to kill some writer or journalist. All these calls are made by right-wing trolls all the time. They are actual calls to violence. They are actual threats that they will kill or rape somebody. But those people never get suspended. So Twitter is not an independent platform. Unfortunately, it's the only platform that we have to get our voice across in the political spectrum, but it is not an independent platform. It is a platform that is sold to governments, and right now it is sold to the Indian government, and it is behaving like a, worse than Doordarshan. I think Doordarshan and All India Radio have more independence than Twitter seems to have. And it's blatantly illegal. Twitter has no business suspending, withholding my account without giving me legal recourse, without giving me a chance to, legally understand what is wrong with my work and under which section of the Indian Criminal Act or in the Indian Penal Code are they charging me with. Without any charges, they cannot just withhold my rights.
Okay. Accounts of several other Aam Aadmi Party leaders were also withheld. Now, a few days ago, the party had said that it fully supports the farmers' protest. Do you see any link between the two? Because your party is supporting the farmers' protest, and that is why the accounts has been withheld.
It's a blatant link. The first thing that Arvind Kejriwal did was he refused to give Narendra Modi his stadiums. Narendra Modi wanted to trap all the farmers into jails which were going to be made out of the stadiums. Arvind Kejriwal ji, the Chief Minister of Delhi, refused to allow the stadiums to be used as jail, and therefore the farmers could protest on the road, they could block the roads, and therefore the protest could grow like the way they have grown now. Now they run into several kilometers, and there is no limit to how many people can join. Had they been locked up in stadiums like Narendra Modi planned, then the protests would not have grown. So they are absolutely annoyed that Arvind Kejriwal not only stopped them from jailing the farmers, the Delhi government has provided Wi-Fi, water, toilets, food, and every kind of support possible to the farmers. We saw in videos where Arvind Kejriwal ji spoke to Mr. Tikait and offered him any kind of facility and help that was required on behalf of the Delhi government. So the entire Delhi government and the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi and in Punjab and rest of the country, like here, Dhananjay Shinde was a prominent member of the Samyukt Kisan Morcha, which was done at Azad Maidan, our Maharashtra secretary. So all across the nation, Aam Aadmi Party leaders, Aam Aadmi Party has stood with the Kisan, with the Shetkaris, with the farmers, and this is a retaliation.
Well, in the last few days, FIRs have also been filed against journalists and news organizations. Senior journalists are being charged with sedition. They are being booked for sedition. Some opposition leaders are also booked under sedition law. As an opposition leader, what would you say about this?
I think it is absolutely unacceptable and shocking. Do you know that the Adityanath Sarkar has filed a sedition case against Member of Parliament Sanjay Singh? How can a Member of Parliament, a person who is a part of your government, be charged for sedition? So there is no sense left in their vendetta. Now their vendetta is completely without any control. We understand that 20 farmers that are missing. Now that's really serious. If people are going missing, if people are being charged with sedition and they're disappearing, then we are really looking at a very scary future for India. And this is the time for everybody to stand up. You cannot sit on the fence anymore. You have to now take an unequivocal stand against a fascist regime.
Correct. Let's hope that Twitter India gives you a proper way to seek a legal recourse as well, because I guess they have also not given you any kind of clarification as to what exactly was the tweet because of which your account was withheld, and 200 other people whose account has also been withheld. We hope that Twitter India comes up with that, and the government also needs to do a serious explanation about this. Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation, ma'am.
Thank you for having me.
Hello everyone. HW News English is 2 years old now. When we started this venture, we promised ourselves one thing, that news should remain free, because right to know is the right of every Indian. But to keep news free for everyone, we need support from some of you. And thus we have rolled out membership on our YouTube channel HW News English. But mind you, the membership is completely voluntary. The programs that we were doing earlier, that we are doing now, will continue to remain free. First level is a basic level. Here, you can be our supporter by paying Rs 199 per month. This membership gives you certain perks and benefits. The perks include unique badges in front of your name, a live show from Mr. Sujit Nair and from Mr. Akhilesh Bhargava per month for our members. You can also vote in some exclusive members-only polls. Now the second level is Super Supporter. Here you can be our Super Supporter by paying Rs 3,999 per month. This membership will include every perk that comes with basic level. Additionally, our Super Supporters can be a part of a WhatsApp group where we can have discussions and suggestions on various topics. The second perk includes a gift pack with our merchandise. And the third perk is a Google Meet with Mr. Sujit Nair, where you can join the meet and ask your questions to Mr. Nair face to face. Lastly, if you like, we would give a shout out to our super supporters in our programs. So, hope to see you soon with our badges.